Well, it's the end of another long day, trying to get my freedom back, and the sun is setting. I wasn't successful, but I'll keep on trying. It's near dusk, but I'm going to go to a spot I've gone often in Delaware. It's a cemetery on the south side of town. And I've come here to gain inspiration from a man I've never met, Frank B. Willis, who was a man of the people and an inspiration to me, because that's what I am. I'm a man fighting for the people. And people do not want me to be free, if you can believe that. What is occurring is illegal surveillance is being used to then justify people stalking me outside to see if I'm high or using. It's the grossest thing I've ever heard, but it is what's occurring in my life. So I'm going to recite today's journal entry since I got to Delaware. In front of the man's resting place. Oh, yay. I found my my clasp. It goes to the old thing that I'm carrying around. So anyway, this is Frank B. Willis's resting place. And it says Legislature 1899 to 1903. Congressman 1910 to 1914. Governor of Ohio from 1914 to 1916, and U.S. Senator from 1920 until 1928. I love Delaware, Ohio. I'm treated the way I've always been treated, with respect. It's so very different in my anti-neighborhood, where a few rotten apples spoil the bunch and push forward with their illegal removal agenda and hide behind military and police authority. A female working shared outside truth of her arthritis acting up because it's so cold in the restaurant. I apologized and felt helpless to do any more. If the media properly covered the healing frequencies of the electromagnetic spectrum, I'm sure she wouldn't be complaining. A homeless woman came by and asked for some money, being honest, because all I have is plastic. I turned her down, but she noticed I was smoking and asked for a cigarette. Without hesitation, I pulled out a Camel Light and gave her one out of my pack. A larger man, maybe observing my act of kindness, gave her some change, possibly turning her down moments before. People do notice how we treat one another, and they respond accordingly, with their heart. It's why I'm so surprised by my neighbors. Before entering Hamburger Inn, I saw two suits walking down the sidewalk across the street. The bald one looked like the supervisor I met at the worthless Department of Inspector General, who refuses to give validity of HLL 9533 being an imposter in June 2019, and conning Patty. He probably does work for them now in order to protect remote neural monitoring from being revealed. I made a comment about the suits not being the federal men in black because they weren't wearing dark sunglasses to hide their bloodshot eyes, drunk on their own power and control. Rose and Webb, a new tattoo shop I never noticed before across the street from the restaurant, looks like a great place to get my first tattoo. You'd think a man of 50 were having a midlife crisis and trying to recapture his youth, but it's not the case. My insides have been permanently damaged, but I have survived the torture. I want to have something on my outside to show my bravery to the world. A Celtic band. The name of the shop reminds me of my experience too. Rose equals me, a quote nature boy, a fairy who likes flowers, and Webb, my captors, who weave the addict web where everyone has gotten sticky and caught. P.S. Thank you for the free coffee, Mrs. Arthritis. I hope your hands feel better soon. Love, Ram.